Yo, 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 what's happening, guys? Metaverse Melon here. How are we all today? So, we're back with another video. I do apologize about being away, but I have been in meetings trying to get the new job sorted and that, so I hope you understand. But we will be back with new videos. I do start my new job on Tuesday. It is currently sitting on Friday right now, so on the 10th, which will be Tuesday, I'll start my new job, and then we'll start doing more videos more consistently. So, I do apologize. I'm just trying to sort out the real world. This account like I generate and like try and grow the account, and in the future this is going to become a part-time job hopefully for me with like YouTube and other stuff. But right now I need to pay the rent, I need to get bills sorted, and that's I've been really like looking at other stuff and other work and like just ways to actually make everything work around this YouTube channel now, so I've got the right hours where I can actually like spend a lot of time on this YouTube channel. So we should be coming back to having a video every single day, guys. I've got the website up now as well, so if you want to go check that out, it's at metaversemelon.com. Anything that I'm not publishing on YouTube, I will be having on this page here. A couple of blogs as well. You can actually see the video, you can see the sub count, a little bit of information, a donation button, and then how much the account actually brings in UPEX every single month. Just quite interesting for new players to actually see it grow. There's a blog, there's services as well, which you can actually go onto if you want to check that out. That just shows what I talked about on the YouTube channel, so you can actually promote your property on this website. You can become a sponsor on YouTube, like I've run these competitions, and other stuff like that will be on the competition page. And then you can support the social media as well, like my Twitter, and then you can actually go over here to competitions. And then this is where the competition page is going to be. So any competition I run on YouTube, I will put the information on this website now, so you don't have to keep going watching all the video all the way through to find the competition. And once you enter the competition, you'll see your name pop up on this website as well, so you'll get some like recognition on UPLAND as well. So, and then we'll be able to pick the winners from the website, so everybody knows if you've entered, like the amount it costs. So everything's fully transparent now, so hopefully that goes forward. And then we're building the blog up as well, so we're trying to get a couple of blog posts out every single day, so we've been working on these currently, so we're trying to push that as much as we can. And then we've also got to have a quick look at Twitter, because if you actually look over at Twitter, I've actually lost my old Twitter account. So if you don't mind giving me a follow on Twitter, if you want to win these competitions, give me a subscribe on YouTube, but make sure you're following this new Twitter account, which is MetaMillen, so at MetaMillen instead of Metaverse Melon. I lost the old account, so that had 8,000 followers, so I've just started a brand new account, so trying to get that account up. Any information I post about YouTube and on the blog, I'll put that information on Twitter as well, or X. All the information's there, but this is the actual account. You can see I've just started the account right now, so if you can give that a follow, I really appreciate that as well. And let's get into UPLAND. So yeah, I've been away for a few days, so I've come back, I've actually got my UPEX. I went to try and get the totem passes, but I had to wait 3.5 hours to actually get into my totems. I didn't manage to get any totems. I had a video ready for that, but because I didn't get the totems, I didn't release that video. But you can actually see I've bought some more property in Granada Hills, so you can see we've got 7,836,000 UPEX right now, and we're bringing in just over 4,000 UPEX a day without any sales or visits. That's amazing right now, about 120,000 UPEX a month coming in, which is absolutely awesome to see the account growing. And then this account will be closer to like 8 million by the end of the month, and then we'll get that up to 9 million hopefully, depending on how much the payday is, and then we'll be close to 10 million. And once we get that, we'll be able to get the 1.2 sparks. That'll get us up to 3.05. I did get the 0.3 spark this morning, so 0.03, sorry, on the daily login, so I've actually added that to the account as well, which is cool. So now we're sitting at 1.85 spark, and all this sparks into the 5 properties. I'm building in Granada Hills, so if we actually go over to Granada Hills, you can see it's actually going really well. I've not been taking my gas off Granada Hills, I've not been filming these videos, but I've always got UPLAND on my phone. Like even if I'm going to meetings or traveling, I'll always check the apps. I will be buying property once I've got enough UPEX. I had 120,000 UPEX. Obviously I was going to buy 2 totems for this YouTube channel and for like myself, but I couldn't get those totems, so we've just bought some more property. So we're starting to build out in Granada Hills right now, so we'll actually go check it, just so you can actually see the data for yourself, so you don't actually have to take this. It gets backed up by all the data, so we're not actually like keeping it really clear and open. So you can see Los Angeles has only got 141,000 properties left to mint, which is amazing to see how fast that's going down. The more properties what get minted out, the more value your properties has, because think if there's 10 properties to buy, like there's a big choice, you're 1 out of 10, but if there's only like 2 properties to buy, sorry, you're like 50-50. So the more properties what mint out, like the more demand, I believe, what's going to come to Upland. So if you're new to Upland, it's a property trading game. Every single property is mapped to the real world, so every single property is an NFT on the blockchain, so you have full ownership of that property, and then you can actually add value to that property. You can build structures on that property, you can add like map assets, you can add loads of stuff to your garden, like ornaments, stuff like that. So it's really cool, and cars will be coming out in the future. We do have a factory as well, so you can manufacture goods in Upland. It's really cool, so if you're a business, you want to come on board, I have got a link in the description down below. You can get 50% off your first purchase. Go check that out. Upland's really kind to put that promotion still on, so go get that a look if you want to sign up to Upland. They've got like close to, I think it's 30 cities, maybe a little bit more now on Upland. So like you've got Berlin, you've got London, you've got LA, you've got like loads of different places, like Manhattan in like America. You've got all these good places you can actually go buy. Will be really cool. Chicago, San Francisco as well. Just lots of good stuff, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can actually go and buy a place close to your house. And Upland release like new cities like every 3 to 4 months, I'd say. Sometimes a little bit shorter. I think they just go on the data here, so you can actually see there's 141,000 in LA, which is unminted. But if we actually go back, so we'll actually go back to overview, and then you can actually see 320,000 properties. So that's how many properties that Upland's released what still haven't been bought. So there's 4.2 million properties in the whole of the map of Upland released right now. But if you can actually see, the 320,000 are left out of that number what haven't been minted yet. So that is this bit here, which is 7.5%. So once all these properties are minted out, then like they start to look at releasing new cities. So I believe once they get close to like 7%, 6%, they'll look at like, so they don't want to fully go down to obviously mint out everything. They want to have a city ready to go. So I do believe like Australia, maybe like Sydney is coming to Upland, but I don't know. But like maybe Sydney, or I believe Paris. I believe one of those two. That's my bet. So we should actually start a betting thing on the website for like what city is going to get released next. You know what I mean? Where you can actually like, and then the winner. That would be quite cool. But I guess I'd have to get regulations for that stuff. So yeah, if anyone else has got any WordPress knowledge as well, give me a shout as well. I'm trying to build the website, so anybody what's got like CEO experience and other stuff as well, I'm looking at bringing people on board to write more content for the website to help that grow as well. So give me a shout if you're into CEO and other stuff. Just give me a message on Twitter, or go give me a comment on the website at metaversemelon.com. So what we'll actually do over here, we'll go back to LA, and then you can actually see we've got the 141,000 properties. Floor price is $3, so you can actually sell for dollars or you can sell for UPX. Once you hold the property for a certain amount of time, it's able to sell for dollars. As long as you set up all the banking and through Upland and everything, it's very simple. Upland's really good because you only need an email or password to sign up. You don't need wallets. That sets up all in the background. You don't need to worry about that at all. Everything's open, transparent. Like it's really cool. It's not like you know where your money is at all times. You can get your money out if you need to. Obviously, if you put money in, you have to sell the property to get your profits out, or any money you want to get out of the game. So it's not like you can just put money in. Once you put that money into the actual property, then that property is yours until someone else buys that property off you. So it's really cool like that. I've sold over 260 properties now in Upland. I've been on the game for about 13 months, equating to about $2,500 in profit, about 2.5 million, 3 million UPX. And then obviously I know that I wouldn't be able to get that out at the price right now unless I had some properties that I actually have got what are really valuable. I could get that price, but I'm holding on to my properties. This is a long game for me. I believe I can actually get my Upland account up to 100 million, close to 200 million in the next 10 years, but definitely over the next 5 years, I believe we're going to be hitting that like 50, 100 million mark. So that'll be really cool. Like definitely 100 million, sorry, not 50, but in the next 3 years, I believe we can get the account up to like close to 50 million. You know, we invest in about $5,000 to $10,000 every single year, and then the account growth, I believe I can bring in about 3 million this year. Like last year was about 3 million, I believe 5 million this year, and then we can bring close to like 8 million, 10 million in the third year. So that's cool there. And then we need to obviously invest the difference, which is about 14 million UPX, something like that, 15 million UPX. So what we'll do is actually invest that $15,000 as well as soon as we can, and then obviously the account will keep growing as well. It just depends on the wages coming in. I can't put all the money in, but that's the plan. I want to try and get it up to that 50 million as quick as possible, because then the account just compounds, and then I can actually look at like getting some of the money out after that. But I don't plan to actually get too much out. This is money that I would spend like going out for a drink or going out for like other stuff like that. It's not financial advice, but I'm not putting any money in what is for bills or like my expenses in life. Like, that's why I've not invested the last month. I'll only put money in that's like, say I was going to go out to see a film or go out for dinner or that kind of stuff. So it's not financial advice, but like, be really careful when you're investing your money, because I am just putting money in that I'd put into like casino or I'd put into other stuff naturally. So yeah, this is a part of the process, but just be careful because it is live money at the end of the day. So Granada Hills, we're down to 3,156 properties now, so this is amazing. This is a node we've actually built up. I've not seen it in the last few days, I'm not going to lie, but I have bought those 10 properties. So we bought about 12-14 properties over the last week in Granada Hills, and then someone else is, obviously a couple other people are buying properties as well. I will put the Discord link down below if you want to jump onto that. You can chat to all the other players in Granada Hills, and our plan with Granada Hills is basically to grow it out as much as possible. It is in LA, it's at the top of LA. We'll actually go into it. I've got the factory in Granada Hills, I've got the showroom in Granada Hills. Once the cafes come out, we'll look at building a cafe in Granada Hills, and then we can actually start to have like in-person meetups at the cafe and talk business. What'll be really cool like that, so you can actually go in right now, you can see where the factory is. So this is our factory here. Once we get to 5 Spark, we'll be able to look at manufacturing, see what we're actually going to build with a business. And then you can actually see over here, this is where the showroom is. And this is where we'll sell all the products we actually manufacture in the factory. And then this is a ranch house. So this is where I actually live. This is my home address. And you can see the totem in the back garden. You can see a couple more properties up right now, a few more here. These are my 4 townhouses and my apartment I'm building. And you can see someone else has got a property here, another one going up there, another one over here as well. So it's definitely building out. A lot of players jumping into Granada Hills. A few more are actually built over here now. You can see these are going up. All these ones I'm actually going to hold to try and sell to other players. I don't want Granada Hills to like go up to like $15-20 a property, and then the new players haven't got like a lot of UPEX. So what I'm going to try and do is, if anybody needs a property in the future and they've only got like say less than 50,000 or 100,000 UPEX, like these properties will be available, kind of like FSA properties, but just a way that new players can actually get into the game, and like there'll be say 2 properties available for each player. So once I do these, and these will go up in price as well, so obviously the price will keep changing, but we'll do that based on like the floor price of Granada Hills. So like you'll always be able to get into Granada Hills. That's the plan with that, because I can see a lot more properties are getting built now as well. So I don't want to make a lot of money on Granada Hills. It's not to try and buy everything to sell off at a profit. I'll take about a 10% profit to obviously keep the account going over, but these properties here are just going to be to players. So I'm trying to build on this area here. I want to try and get as many properties as I can in this area, and obviously in this area as well, and then the factories here. But I'm actually looking at getting bigger bits of land now, obviously for the cafe and other stuff as well. So, but yeah, these properties are all here as well, and it helps UPLAND mint out faster in Granada Hills. So it'll drive the price up quicker as well, so you can actually check the price. You can see 3,156, so that'll definitely be down at about 2,500, 2,000 properties by Christmas. So we'll keep pushing that. You can see it going down here. You can see where we actually was pushing up Granada Hills. This was when I was actually in employment, so we actually got Granada Hills flying up here, and then we bought the floor again here and then drove it up again, just showing you that this strategy actually works. And then we've done it again here and got it level. But then this is where I've not had an income, so like Granada Hills is going down now, so the floor is under market. So the floor right now in dollars is under market. So all these properties I would buy up, if I had like $100 right now, I'd buy that floor, and then that would get this value going up further. And why would I spend $100 on buying this bit here? Because everyone thinks like that's mad, like why would you go and buy this bit here? Because I've got another like 280 properties close to that what are in Granada Hills, what would actually value off that being up here. So I'm making, say, I'm not losing $100 either, so I'm putting $100 in, but I'm not aiming at making profit off that $100 there. But then the other 280 properties in Granada Hills, if the floor's at $10 instead of $6, I'm going to make like the difference on that, but I've got 280 properties. For me to put 100 in there, I could make 3-4 back on the property sales in the future. So that's the thinking. You can't think too like close into the properties and like the strategy. Like there's so many different strategies, and each strategy is different for each time, I believe, in UPLAND. So yeah, I'd invest like probably $100 into buying this floor and trying to get the floor about here, and then that would benefit all my other 280 properties in Granada Hills. So if I didn't have the other 280 properties, there's no point in buying the floor. Like for you, it's not beneficial. But if you're like investing in Granada Hills, you've got 50 properties in Granada Hills, you've got 100 properties in Granada Hills, and then they're not selling, or like they're just staying a little bit stable. If this floor goes up, they'll naturally start selling, because obviously if your property's worth 10,000 UPEX and the floor's sitting at 12,000 UPEX, you know, that property's more likely to sell because it's under market now. Or you could raise that property up still and it'll sell slower, but you're getting an extra 2,000 because you can raise it up to 12,000 UPEX now, which is the floor. So you could either sell your property really fast or you could like keep it. But the more you influence secondary market and the UPEX market, the more you can influence obviously the property sales. So if you've got a lot of money invested in a certain node, certain neighbourhood in Upland, it's very beneficial to see this raise up here. So like the more this raises up, the more chance your properties are going to sell. Obviously don't put your properties on like 10 times unless they're in a collection, you know what you're doing on Upland. But you see so many properties were actually sitting at like 1 million UPEX, or you know what I mean, this kind of thing, but they're worth like 20,000 UPEX. I just don't see the point of that. No one's going to buy the properties. You can actually see the statistics. Every property knows, you know, the markup. Big players aren't going to invest in those properties without doing research. So yeah, it makes the market obviously as well. It makes the statistics off as well. So I'd highly suggest like only putting properties on the market if they're actually gonna sell. Like I put a lot of properties on the market, but like most of my properties are about 100% to 200% markup, so like they're never gonna be like 10 times, 20 times. Some of the properties in Detroit I've not looked at for a while, but I'll have to go back to that. And then every property in LA is set for 25 UPEX as well. So if you do treasure hunting, I know LA is quite big for treasure hunting, but every single property should be set for 25 UPEX in LA as well. So the bigger our mesh gets, the more actually influence we have on LA, the easier it'll become to treasure hunt for players. So every single property will basically be 25 UPEX within a range, so like every single treasure hunter can actually jump. So if I have a property here, a property here, property here, this kind of idea, and I'll build it up instead of buying like loads. But you can see here, this is a good place. If the treasure's over here, you know, you can use all these properties to guide you, and they'll all be 25 UPEX. And then our plans to like keep building out and keep buying as many properties, get invested in every single like neighborhood in Upland. My whole plan's to stay with Granada Hills. Granada Hills is the plan, but like I love all the other nodes as well. It's not a competition to me. Like it's like really friendly. It's good competition, I guess, in a way, but I don't see it as like come to Granada Hills. Like if you like other like neighborhoods or nodes, and like I'd highly suggest looking into it. Like Upland's got to be fun. I was watching the Lloydie Doyle like video of Upland the other day and that, and I really found it interesting. And one thing I'd say on it is Upland's a long game, and you can see how Lloydie Doyle kind of burnt out, you know, like obviously having a kid and everything, like congratulations to you, and that kind of stuff. But like you can see when you're on it every single day for like, you must have been on it for 2.5, 3 years. Every single day. I've done it for about 13 months, and yeah, this last week's been very beneficial just to take a step back and actually don't let it consume you. I mind when I was on the like working like last year, and every single hour I'd be on it like checking it, and like it's really cool. Do all your property prices, but make sure you take a step back as well at points. I've been playing for 13 months now, and I've come back in such a fresh mind, you know, just knowing that I've changed jobs and stuff. This wasn't planned at all. If you don't know, if you've not seen the other video, I currently like left my job, so I walked out of my job. I was out, the head chef got sacked. Just a chaos, like just a place is like a shambles. I'm not going to talk about it too much, obviously, because like yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But I was managing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so I was working from like 5, half 5 in the morning, finishing at 10 at night every night, and then doing these videos. And I loved like the kind of the buzz from it, but then like yeah, I was working with people who wasn't chefs and other stuff like that. So the industry's kind of going to yeah at the moment. So like I was like, I need to do something different. I need to focus on this Upland account. So I've gone and got a job selling kitchens now. So I'm going to work as a showroom advisor for Fishers, which owns B&Q, Screwfix, and all these other companies in the UK. And what I'm going to do is be a salesman for them. So I'm going to sell like bathrooms, kitchens, all that kind of stuff as well. So I'll be more on a schedule, so I can actually do these videos more often as well. So yeah, apologise about the timing on that as well. So yeah, that's basically Upland for today. I just wanted to jump on and talk about that. I didn't manage to get the totems because I couldn't get onto that. I had to wait like 3.5 hours to get into that. So I don't know what happened with that, but I've got my one totem still, so that's all right at the moment. And then what we're actually going to do is look at, let's just see where we're at now. So we're at 7.836. Should be able to get this up close to like 8 million by the end of the month. Hopefully once we get paid, we'll just push that money and get it up to about 8.2 maybe. Just see how the bill's going, that guys, as well. So I've been using my credit card a bit to like kind of balance me out when I've not been at work. So I've enjoyed the time. I needed the time. I was doing like 80 to 100 hours at the end of what happens. Really looking forward to this new job. 25 hours a week, like happy days, good pay. Like it's great. I can actually come home, I build the website, I can look at building something on the side of my current job. So yeah, I've got a lot more time now, guys, so I'm really looking forward to that. So if you're not already subscribed, please give me a subscribe on this YouTube channel. Give me a follow at metaversemillion.com, and then also on Twitter at X as well. You can follow me. It's at MetaMillion now instead of Metaverse Million, because obviously the account's been closed down. So I'll show you the account quickly right now. This is your new account here, MetaMillion, and then if you want to follow that, you can do. And then if you can, go give me a follow on Metaverse Million. Not a follow, sorry, go check it out as well. I'm trying to drive traffic to this website. Go give it honest feedback, see what you think, see what I should update, that kind of stuff. See how you think about it. If you're like, I'm not bothered about kind of the feedback, I want like your honest feedback, just to see how the account can actually grow. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, guys. Sorry I've been away for so long. I'm back now. I'm going to keep doing these videos. Every single UPEX we actually make right now is just going back into Granada Hills, so make sure you go check out Granada Hills, jump onto it if you want to make some good deals and some good properties. Really nice community behind that. And if you want to sign up to UPLAND, you can do. The link is in the description down below. Get 50% off your first 100,000 UPEX when you buy. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.